Okay, here we are. So the date is Tuesday, the 7th of April, and we find ourselves in the midst of a pandemic, the COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak that's affecting everybody around the world, and in particular, people moving around. And right now, that is also affecting what happens in the workplace. And so at Chargify, we're running a series now where we're bringing in experts, those working in the technology space with particular focus on technology in the workplace. I'm delighted to have Leon Papkoff, who's at CXApp with me today to talk through what CXApp are doing, what they're doing as a team to look after their employees, what they're seeing happening with their customers and partners and in the market as well. So Leon, super delighted to have you in. You're the guinea pig, you're the first one.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks for having me, Dan. I appreciate it. Just so people that may not know me, my name is Leon Papkoff. I'm the Chief Strategist of the CXApp platform. We provide today a campus app for many enterprise companies. This is an app that can be downloaded by employees, gives them the capability of interacting with the workplace environment. These are going to be things when you're physically on campus as well as virtual. So there's a number of features that allow you to do things where you can look at news feeds, get latest updates on what's going on in the organization. And then when you're inside the office, you also have the capability of interacting with the environment, booking conference rooms, booking virtual desks, doing a number of different things that allow each employee to interact with the workplace environment. So, but thanks again for having me, Dan. It's a pleasure.
It's super, super interesting stuff. And we've been speaking for quite a while anyway, but before we dive in, two things we're asking, and there you are, I prompted already. So we're asking our guests to show us their favorite coffee mug during this time. So what have you got in front of you there?
Yeah, so this is a coffee mug with my two kids. So my son is 11 and my daughter is 9 years old. My wife started this when they were first born, but every Father's Day I get a coffee mug with pictures from them from the latest year, and each one of them will give me one. So it's, a lot of times it'll have pictures from each kid, but these are always my favorite coffee mugs. I use them all the time, especially working from home, and it's a nice reminder to see that. It definitely brightens my day each time I drink a lot of tea, so I enjoy tea, but it's my favorite coffee mug. So
nice. And then we've had one call as well during the midst of COVID, just talking about some of our integration work, and neither of us have had kids jumping into the background either. What's your tips and tricks right now on managing
my incredible wife takes care of the kids during the day, but I will tell you there are times that you might see them running by my office or making loud noises. Happens all the time as well. So it's quite frequent that happens each day. So it may happen on this recording too. So we'll see.
Well, I've been using something called crisp.io or .ai. I forget what the domain is, and it's basically filtering out a ton of background noise. So hopefully you don't see any or hear any racket during this time. Anyway, here we are. So you mentioned working from home. We've been talking about that a little bit, and we're going to get to we're calling it almost a back to school campaign, right? People are going to be going back to the workforce at some points very soon. In the news today, we've just seen Austria outline their plans to get the workforce and get the economy going again, getting people out of homes. We've also just seen that the Chinese government have now lifted the lockdown in Wuhan province as well. So can you tell me, what's it been like managing a team as everybody's worked from home? How have they taken that transition?
Yeah, so we've made the transition pretty well. Our organization today, we do have an office in Zhuhai, China, just outside of Macau, as well as in Manila, and in the Bay Area where our headquarters is located here in California. We've also got a number of people that have worked remotely for a number of years. So it does make it an easier transition for a company like us, just because we're kind of used to that process. I know a lot of other companies are struggling with the adjustment a bit. Some of them are jumping right on board and hopping in the saddle like it's no change at all. So it just varies. For us, it's been pretty fluid though, and we haven't really missed a step at all. So it's been pretty easy adjustment.
And we'll dive into your product in a moment, but you work with a ton of large enterprises, large workforces. I spoke to a friend the other day who said that their bank had ordered 50,000 laptops for their employees to work from home. How are you seeing, a nimble cloud-based company like CXApp and your own workforce compared to what you're seeing in larger enterprises and how they've responded? Because in effect, what's happening right now is we're in the middle of the largest remote working experiment the world has ever seen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we've used tools to really help that process working remotely. If it's Zoom, WebEx, Blue Jeans, any Citrix, any of those products have helped us from doing meetings with our customers. Working together, we use a lot of tools like Slack. We do use Skype. We use just iMessaging on Apple messaging. So a lot of tools like that really allow us to communicate, work on all the different projects that we have going on in parallel. We couldn't do it without those tools, but those really help enable us to be able to, work remotely. So.
And have you noticed a difference with larger workforces and their ability to react to this?
I have some other companies and some of our clients, the adjustment's been a little bit more challenging. I think individuals are more challenged with planning their day. When you're working remotely and you have your own remote office and you're kind of doing back to back meetings, it's sometimes more challenging to get up, stretch your legs. I'm lucky enough to have a powered desk that will go up and down so I can do some standing, which, can be very helpful. Those kind of adjustments, I think, are a little bit harder for people to plan their days better, stretch their legs, try to maybe hop on their mobile phone for a call or two rather than just sitting at their desk all day. I think when we're in the physical environment, when you're walking from meeting room to meeting room, I think people stretch their legs more just going to each meeting or walking down to go to lunch and things like that. If we sit at our desks too long, it's not necessarily the healthiest thing for us to do. So there's definitely an adjustment there.
Cool. Okay, cool.